Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. Explosion gets more vigorous every time, doesn't it? Watch my eyebrows. Anyway, this is my American Cleaning Products industrial commercial pressure power washer that I got for free. That's right, free from my buddy Nick over in West Islip. I wanted it because it had a 11 horsepower Honda Gx340 engine on it. When he gave it to me, it was all locked up. Wouldn't move. This thing was just stuck. So he didn't want it because he thought the engine was seized. I've had some pretty good luck unseizing engines. I removed the, from a previous episode, I removed the pressure pump, the water pump, and I chucked it, right? And I managed to free it up. As a matter of fact, we even went as far as having this run for a while on its own. But the gas tank was completely rusted on the inside. And as you remember, I had put nuts and bolts in here and some old gas. I shoveled it around for a few days, you know, and let it sit with the gas. And I put this thing in the bed of that golf cart that I'm working on. My idea is if this engine runs on its own and runs fine, and it did start in one pull, you know what I mean? The ignition, the igniter, all that, the electronics to the coil and all that is self-contained in this engine. Whereas I'm having a tremendously difficult time trying to figure out all the electronics. The pulse pickup on the flywheel, the voltage regulator, which is missing, the CDI ignition, which is probably broken, the ignition coil that doesn't give out any spark. All that stuff needs to be connected and wired properly for that thing to run right. And not to mention the fact that the biggest issue is, I think that engine has a crack because it has a huge oil leak on the bottom. And I don't even know what it is, you know? So instead of going through all that malarkey, right? This is the same horsepower as that. That's 11 horsepower, Wisconsin Robin, Fuji, Subaru. This is all an 11 horsepower. They're both Japanese. And this is a Honda. Can you imagine having a Honda powered golf cart? That'd be cool. So like I said, that's my long-term plan, is to have this engine running on its own and then trying to fabricate this to fit in there and modify the pulleys and the centrifugal clutch and all that stuff to fit on a crankshaft that has no threads. So I don't have any threads in here, so I don't know how I'm going to put the clutch on there, you know, and have it stay there, you know. I have to do some research there, but first things first. I'm going to reinstall this gas tank in it. I think most of the rust and the chips and stuff are gone out of here. I don't know about the petcock. I think it works okay. We'll find out when I put this back on here again, put some gas in it, see if fuel freely flows through the fuel lines, right? And then I got a new carburetor. So this just goes on like that. I don't know where I put the bolts to this, but like I said, I think the gas tank is pretty clean. Clean as it'll get. I think I might put some kind of fuel filter on it because I had pulled the old fuel filter out of the petcock because it was trashed, you know. Put the fuel lines to the carburetor. Okay, so I bought a new carburetor because, as you know, this carburetor, while I think it works, right, the bowl had like 5 or 6 pinholes in it from the rust buildup in it. So I didn't have a spare bowl for that specific carburetor. I don't really work on Hondas all that much, you know. So I went and I bought a new carburetor for this Honda Gx340. Comes with 3 gaskets. I don't know why we have 3 gaskets. Comes with that fuel line seems really narrow, doesn't it? But I think the Japanese ones are just, they're more narrower. So that could be a fuel line or a vacuum hose, I'm not sure. Comes with the choke lever, which the old carburetor did too. So this was cheap. But you know what, from what I've been reading and know, Chinese make extremely good copies of the Honda ones. You can buy a Chinese clone engine and put a Honda carb on it, and they're all interchangeable. You know what I mean? So it has a fuel shut off here. The old one had a broken one. You know, the lever broke, so while you can take needle nose pliers and open and close it, it's better to have it like that, you know. So this bowl, the original bowl, had like 5 or 6 pinholes in it, and I tried the JB welded and stuff, as you remember from that episode. Didn't work. I put gas in it and it was sprinkling out, you know, like a lawn sprinkler, you know. But that's pretty good. It has a fuel adjustment screw there. This is the pilot jet idle screw adjustment. This is the throttle. This is the choke. Spring loaded. It's a little stiff actually. And that's a pretty cheap looking little, look at this little plastic thing. That looks like it'll break with any kind of pressure, you know. Let's see. Works well. It's a little stiff, but it's fine. So today I'm going to install the new carburetor, new fuel lines, put a fuel filter in it, bolt this tank down. We'll put gas in here and see if this engine runs well. If it does, then my plan is to remove the Wisconsin Robin engine out of there, try to get the centrifugal clutch out of there, and try to fabricate it onto this clutch. A lot of measuring. I don't even know if this thing will fit the bolt hole pattern on the frame, you know, but I'd rather use this engine than that one, because all you need to do to use this is turn it on, pull it, and it'll run. That one there, it's got too many damn electronics and ignition stuff that I don't want to spend $150 on parts to get that those parts, and then find out later that there's a huge crack under there and the engine's Dunsky, you know? I've already put 40 bucks into a new carburetor and stuff for that one, right? That's all going to go to waste because I'm not going to use that engine. I'll probably try to sell that engine when we take it out and see if it's, you know, sellable, you know, and I'll sell that engine locally if anybody wants it, but I doubt it, you know. But yeah, that's the plan. So let me find the bolts to this gas tank, fuel filter. Oh, it came with a fuel filter too. That's pretty cool. But I don't really want to use this kind of fuel filter. This fuel filter is kind of for like fuel pumps. I want to use the gravity fed kind. And also, if I wanted to think about adapting this into a fuel pump fuel delivery, I'd have to find like a pulse thing, you know what I mean? And I don't know where that is on this thing, but I'm going to try to use the original gas tank as it is, you know, as long as it runs. Okay, so I've got a new fuel line, new fuel filter. Put the gas tank on, put the bolts on, put the air cleaner back on, put the carburetor on, put the linkage on, put the bolts back on. Everything's on here. Put gas in it, quite a bit of it too, about half a tank. I wanted to make sure that it cleared the petcock, you know? So, good news is it went on without a hitch. Good news is it's not leaking. Fuel shutoff is on. So what does that mean? Does that mean I should do it this way? No, I think it's on means that there's fuel that's on, That's what it is. Choke is on. You guys think it'll run? Let's see. Here we go. I don't think the choke lever's working. It's not moving. That choke lever did seem kind of hinky to me, you know what I mean? But how about it, man? Started in a couple of pulls. Seems to run right, but it feels like it's running on choke, you know what I mean? Let's try it again. On. Choke.
we'll see you next time on Mowers and Blowers.
Hey, I'm Henry from Mowers and Blowers. As a YouTuber that deals with small engine equipment on a daily basis, I worry about the harmful effects of the 10% ethanol that's in your unleaded gas from your gas station. Here on the East Coast, as winter nears, I think about storing my summer lawn equipment for the winter. Ethanol absorbs moisture, and what it does is it could rust or corrode and clog up your jets in your carburetor. That's why I use ethanol safeguard with stabilizers from my friends over at Lucas Oil Products. Before you store your machines, a little bit of Lucas goes a long way. When you're ready to use your machines again, hey, if you guys enjoyed the video, remember to give me a like. Also, comment below. Subscribe. Remember, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It's free, right? Also, hit that little bell. That way you'll get post notifications whenever there's a new video and you won't miss out on any of them. Remember to follow my Instagram and Facebook, as well as if you'd like to donate $1 or $2, paypal.me/mowersandblowers. Really appreciate all the support. Also, to keep the videos coming every day, support the channel. Bye.